Hello everybody, it is good to be here and I'm excited about this video. We're going to be talking about fear and I'm going to conquer some fear today. I have never created a video out in public where I'm standing in front of the camera holding it up and my arm's getting tired because I didn't realize this camera is so heavy. Usually I'm on a tripod, but I'm going to take this camera out into the public, into my city, into where I live, and build this video. So today, we're gonna talk about fear. Today, we are gonna conquer fear. I am going to do something I've never, ever accomplished before, and that is creating a video out in the public. That's right, out on the street. So I'm going to do that today. I have to go get a haircut, so you're gonna notice a new style by the time we get done. So I'm gonna go get a haircut, I'm gonna do a few things, but in the meantime, I will be stopping and doing this video in public because today we're talking about conquering fear. We're talking about things that hold us back. Can hold us back in our personal growth, can hold us back in our business, can hold us back in so many areas of our life. So today, together, you and I, we're going to conquer some fear. But fear is that thing that holds us back. And we set goals or we decide we're going to accomplish something. And then as we move forward, we hit the terror barrier. I'm not going to have time in this video to explain the terror barrier and punching through the terror barrier, because what's on the other side of fear? What's on the other side of this terror barrier? The other side is the goals that we set, the things that we want, the things that we believe will give us that better life, that better business, that thing that we want that will improve our life, right? That's what's on the other side of fear. That is what we're after. It's what we're seeking for. However, what causes fear is the unknown. It's the unknown, something we don't know. We don't know if we're going to get it. We don't know if it's going to make us look foolish. We don't know if it's something we really want when we get there. We just don't know. It's unfamiliar. Unfamiliar means fear. To our mind and the subconscious mind, unfamiliar means fear. And so when we set goals, when we decide we want to accomplish something, fear sets in because it's unfamiliar. And today we're talking about fear and the steps to understanding fear. However, I'm going to get my hair cut because my hair's unruly long, right? Not really, but it is a nice warm day and it's time to get it trimmed. So I'm going to go in and get my hair cut. Okay, here I am. I am walking in to the place where I'm going to get my hair cut, holding my camera up, actually talking into it, and people are looking at me, making me kind of nervous. We'll see how this goes when I get inside, because I'm going to ask these gals if they don't mind if I videotape them. Here we go. Okay, here I am. So I got my hair cut, and that was quite the experience. But I am now out here in the park, set up, people doing picnics around me, different activities, and yeah, this is quite the experience. Definitely have an impact on my video. But let's talk about fear. How do you recognize fear? Or what is fear? I have an acronym in fear that helps me understand what's going on. So if we're gonna have fear of something, the very first thing we have to do is we have to find the fear, right? We have to find it. This is a challenge. This is the first time that I've actually put together a video out here in the wild, we'll call it, out in the public. And it's kind of challenging. The first thing that happens when we start to have fear is, number one, is we identify with the fear. So when I thought about, hey, I'm gonna make this video and I'm gonna take myself out into the public, I realized, oh, I have some trepidation here, I have some fear, I have some things that are gonna hold me back. For example, I thought immediately that gosh, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know how the sound will be. I don't know how good the pictures will be. I don't know if I have the right equipment, which I do have the right equipment, and just all these questions that came up. You know, what if people see me? What will they think? What's going on? And then I had to be careful because I started to accept that. I started to accept that, hey, maybe this week I won't have a video, because if I have to do it outside, then I may not have a video. And then I had to accept the fact that, oh, I'm going to miss this week if I don't do this. So these are the steps of fear. So I'm going to break this down really quickly before my arm gets too tired, because I'm holding this camera up. But the first step is I have to find the fear. Something I want to do, something I want to accomplish, something that is going to make a difference, and I have to find the fear. Then I have to find the evidence that backs up that fear. Like somebody's might going to say something about what I'm doing, may not be able to hold the camera up, may not have the right equipment, may not be able to find a place that's suitable. All these things, these are evidences of my fear. And then I had to accept them as real. Then I had to start saying, oh yeah, that's real. That is exactly right. That's what is going to happen. But then as I accepted all that, I had to reject that, hey, maybe this will be my best video. Maybe this will help myself become a better videographer. Maybe I'll create something that is more dynamic and can lead me down new paths. So I have to reject the good that's going to come from it. So the F, we find the fear. E, we find the evidence. A, we have to accept it. And R, we have to reject what's good about what we're doing. We have to reject that and let fear win. Even though this is quite a task, I am not going to let it win. I'm going to overcome this fear. I'm going to become better at doing this in public. All right, so let me wrap this up a little bit. I've been out doing my first video out in the city. I'm going to call this urban shooting. Well, you know, it's kind of like urban shooting. But I have found some challenges. Yes, I have. I'm going to have to get better at picking locations. Probably going to have to switch my lens out. And I'm going to have to make sure that I know what I'm going to say before I go out. Hopefully this video turns out the way that I would like it to. But I wanted to talk about fear today because fear is the number one thing that holds us back. I mean, we don't walk around saying, oh, I'm afraid. Well, some people do, but we don't necessarily say, oh, I have fear, that's why I'm not going to do something. We usually make excuses. We usually find the excuses, or I just don't want to do that today, or the weather's bad, or can't find the right locations, or I've never done this before. These things that come up, this is evidence of our fear. Once we find that evidence of the fear and we start to accept those evidences, then we most likely won't do it because we have to reject whatever was good. So maybe this video will be good. Maybe this video will be like the best I've ever done. Maybe this video will actually get more views and more likes than I've ever received, which I haven't received many, but I would encourage you to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and ring the bell, because I'm going to try to be creative and deliver content to you that will actually help you. So, in recap, if I want to overcome fear, then I just have to do the same steps that I do for fear. I look for the fear, I build the evidence, I accept that evidence, and then I reject the positive. Well, I have to do the same thing if I'm going to overcome fear. And that's, I'm going to find the success. I'm going to build the evidences about that success. A lot of things I already knew how to do about building videos, so it's easy for me then to look at the successes and accept the successes. As soon as I started to accept the successes, then I was able to reject the fear. And once you start to reject the fear, it becomes so much easier. And with practice, you'll be able to just go out and do it. Like in my last video, I just did it anyway. There was a lot of fear, a lot of things that I was accepting, a lot of the things that were causing me to stop or stutter or stammer in what I was trying to do. But yet when I turned it around and realized, hey, I have success and here's some evidences of this success, and I accept that, and I'm able to reject the fear and I'll be able to move forward. And the key to this is chunking down. So if I'm afraid of something, then I'm going to back it up until I reach the step that I know that I can do. the next thing that I know that I can do, I'm going to go do it. And then the next step, and the next step, and the next step. And before you know it, you've accomplished your goal. Before you know it, the thing becomes familiar, because it's the unfamiliar that causes our fear. It's the unfamiliar that makes us stop, because we don't know what's on the other side. We don't know if we can do it. We don't know if it will be of the greatest benefit. And so that unfamiliar will stop us. But eventually, as you do one step at a time, you'll become familiar, and then you'll go out and you'll actually do the things that you want to do. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was interesting for me putting it together. Number one is actually just using a camera on a gorilla pod, holding it up. Holy cow, these guys are tough. So my hats are off to the YouTube creators that walk around filming themselves. That's a challenge. And also, when I went and had my hair cut, hope you like my hair, the challenge that I had with that is I actually walked in, but then when I got in the store, I turned my camera off because everybody was looking at me. And that really set in the fear, the uneasiness, something I had never done. I had about a 10-minute wait, and I just didn't get the results that I wanted in the store. And I moved to the park. The obstacles I had to overcome there wasn't necessarily that I was afraid of people, but they were noisy. So I'm thinking, man, I have sound issues, I have wind issues, I have cars going around, they're making noise, and all this is going to be a problem. And so finally, I knew about this brick wall and where I could come, and so I came to this place because it would be a better location. Even though you could still hear the cars around me, and some have drove past, and some people have stopped to look and see what I'm doing, it's still a better location. So I learned a lot about building the video this way and overcoming fear. I had to go through the exact same steps I was talking about earlier in order to overcome it. I chunked it down into these things that I can do, that I know I can do, and at the end of the day, I should be able to have a good video. So when you're out and about, just chunk it back to the thing you know you can do next. If you're in business and you're building your marketing, you're building your content, the next thing that you can do. Just work on the next thing, and then the next thing, and the next thing. But it's going to take definitely some determination. You're going to have to push against the terror barrier. You're going to have to push against that wall of frustration in order to get this done. So I would suggest that you just pick up your camera, pick up your tools, decide what your marketing is going to be, and start. Yeah, start, even though the fear and the terror barrier is there. But this is the terror barrier, and I'm glad I bumped up against it today because I learned a lot of things. I learned about me as a person. I'm kind of bashful and shy, I guess, when it comes to being on this side of the camera and definitely being in front of people. And I also learned I need to know my gear a little bit better. I need to know my locations better. And I just need to sharpen my skills when it comes to this. So hopefully you learned something today. Get out there, overcome your fears, and do what you need to do to build you and your business. So until the next video, definitely like and subscribe and ring the bell and share if you would like to share with your friends. That is totally okay. Anyway, you know what to do, so do it. And until the next video, have a good day.